reflection here to stay. On your path the truth unfolds, guides will whisper, stories told. Let your journey now begin. In the magic, let's dive in. So tell me, what do the cards reveal? What's the truth they conceal? She's the high priestess with the key to every question that's haunting me. A lover's heart or a warning from the past. In the terror's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. In the tarot's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. The moonlight glows, the veil is thin. Moon of infinity will call again. Thanks for walking in the light, where guides whisper pure insight. Until we meet, the cards will wait. Mystic whispers guide your fate. With every message our spirits send, for cosmic dreams our souls transcend.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. I know it's kind of late, but hopefully this is a good time for you guys to get some readings done this evening. Please make sure if you dropped a question below, you are liking the live stream, okay? Once the likes on the live match the likes or match the questions that I've been asked, we'll get started. Thank you, Bluebird. First question is for Joanna. Yes, Ace of Cups, Bluebird, Yes, the Empress. Anna. Anna, I'm getting a no. 10 of Swords, maybe a good side hustle, but I don't think for your main income right now. You might have to like add things to it and not just sell soap. That might help you, but I don't think soap alone is going to be the success you're looking for it to be. Green Palace. I have a yes, Knight of Pentacles for Green Palace. And this is for Amy. Thank you guys for liking the live stream. I appreciate it. I have a yes, 6 of Wands for Amy. For Red Skies, yes, 6 of Wands for you as well. I have a yes for Chibi, 4 of Pentacles. This talks about staying the course, saving money, just making sure you're budgeting, doing all the right things in order for this to happen for you. 4 of Pentacles. That's a yes for me. You're welcome, Amy. Bessit or Bessit, I'm not sure how to say your name. I'm sorry. I have a no, 5 of Wands. Layla, thank you for being here. Layla, I have a yes for you. Temperance. You're welcome. You're welcome, Layla. Gabriella, no, the devil. Hi, Eliana. Sweeter, I have a no for next month, 8 of Cups. All right, so Eliana, I'm sorry to say that this could be considered a health medical or medical concern question, which I don't answer. So if you are okay with switching your question to something else, that would be great. Please make sure if you're dropping a question in the chat, you're liking the live stream. I am keeping an eye on that. This is for TP. TP, I have a no, 4 of Swords. You're welcome, Gabriella. For Shar, I have a yes, the Emperor. You're welcome, Shar. All right, we're going to answer this last question for Eliana, and then we are moving on to our donated readings. Eliana, I have a yes for you, Ace of Pentacles. Oh, okay. All right, Philomena, that sounds good. So you just are donating for a mini reading? I've never seen that before. You're welcome, Eliana. Hey, I Speak. What's going on tonight? How are you? Taking it day by day. Good. Yeah, same over here, girl. Overall, things are great. You know, life is going along, but definitely taking it one day at a time right now. So, Philomena, we're waiting for you to drop your question, friend. I've got you down for a mini reading. Aw, thanks, I speak. It's good seeing you. All right. It looks like we got some donations coming through. Oh my gosh, I speak. All right, girl, we'll get into it in a minute. Let's see. I have a PayPal donation for the person that sent for an in-depth reading. Just check in with me when you get a chance. Life is lifing. Oh, it's not good tea. Oh, God. All right, so Philomena says, I have a date next week when I come back from Phoenix. His name is Francisco. He's a Pisces. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, is this the guy from Facebook? Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, thank you, Jupiter. Let me fix that list here. I speak, you're funny. Jupiter, I have your question. Thank you so much. You're going to be next, okay? Make sure that if you guys who donated if you want to add to your reading, you guys let me know before I'm done. Because I'll probably just move on to the next person. So if you don't want to wait and you want to make sure that I get you during your turn and you're adding on, just let me know as soon as you know you're going to do that. So that way you don't have to be back in rotation, okay? You and Sebastian are still talking, but not much. Okay. All right, let's see. What are Francisco's intentions for Philomena? Okay, so Philomena, I speak might be on to something. I don't know. I'm worried, Philomena. I feel like whatever I say, you're gonna like make a decision based off of what I say. And I don't want to like backtrack on what I've said before, where I say that like you've got to figure this out for yourself. You've got to experience it. As long as you're not putting in investing emotions into these people, just time, then that's fine. But I asked if you're going to like Francisco's intentions, and I got a no. I got the 10 of Wands, and I said, well, what are his intentions? And I have the 5 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. So these cards just generally are kind of negative in nature. The 5 of Swords talks about like sadness or grief, negativity, unwelcome change. And the 10 of Swords talks about like betrayal. This is almost making me feel like this person has the capacity to hurt you, even if like that's not what they're wanting to do, that's not their intention. They might just be a very elusive type of person where you might have a hard time like trusting them or something. I'm not necessarily saying that Francisco's trying to come into this connection like ready to just break hearts, but I feel like he just has that potential just very well or very easily. So what I would say is if you're still interested in getting to know this person, just please make sure that you are being just very aware of signs and any red flags that pop up, and just don't invest in this person emotionally until you've really gotten to know them. Because this to me feels like he just doesn't have a very good track record of being forthright and direct and honest. And I also have the Lovers and the Page of Swords indicating that he acts on impulse when it comes to his attraction for people. So he might not think through things very well. He might try to, if he has the urge or impulse, try to hook up with you immediately. He might fall for people very fast, and it might be hard for him to have, like, I'm trying to be nice here, but it might be hard for him to have a sense of direction of what it is he wants, because he might be very changeable and his feelings might change from day to day. And I know, Philomena, you're looking for someone more stable who really knows what they want and really knows what they're looking for. And this is coming across as the type of person that's charming. knows what they want and goes after it, but maybe his head would be turned easily. Now, if he falls in love with someone, I don't really know if that would change this reading or if that would change his behavior. Maybe if he really starts to develop feelings for someone and falls for someone, that's a completely different story. But we're tapping into the current energy, so that's what I'm getting for you right now, okay? Okay, Philomena. So, Jupiter, how long will this live be up? Plan on asking a few more questions. Okay, so Jupiter, I don't have any specific plans of when I'm going to be signing off. Essentially, I'm just going to sign off when the donations are done. So, as of right now, I've got 3 other people, including you, to read for. It's looking like maybe 25 minutes, maybe 30 at least. But if more donations continue to come in, I'll be on a little longer. And if your question was how long will the live be up after I sign off, in terms of like, can you come back to this live stream and rewatch your reading? That's indefinitely. I typically don't delete my live streams. But Jupiter, you are next. So if you wanted to add on to your reading and you don't want to wait in line again, just get your donation sent now, because I do up to 3 readings in a row. And then you don't have to go back into rotation if you don't want to wait. I speak that. I did get that. Thank you very much. We also got another donation on Cash App. So if that was you, just check in with me. All right, we're going to start with Jupiter's first question now. So I don't see you, Jupiter, as someone who lacks drive or motivation. If it resonates for you to be more consistent and more ambitious when it comes to this goal. If you feel like, okay, yeah, like I definitely could dedicate more time to this, then I think take that message. But again, I don't see you as someone who's, unstable, or like inconsistent or anything like that. I do have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And this can speak to a sense of fear or insecurity. I think that it's not really something I can tell you to get over. All I can say is that it's going to be really important for you to get as much experience in these fights as possible. Um, I think that the more you do, the more confident you get. And I think that's honestly just something that will come with time. But I can understand having a dream that you want to fulfill, but at the same time feeling a little bit like uncertain as to where this is going to go, or what's going to happen. So I think just getting as much experience as you possibly can is going to be important for you. I speak my truth. So I have my personalized channeled deck that I made. I have the Hidden Truth Oracle. I've got both of them that I mixed together and created one deck. And then there's also another deck here. What is it called? What is it called? Give me 1 second. Let me see. You know what? Give me 1 second and I'll figure that out for you. Let me get through this reading because, I see. Messages of Love is the other one. It's an oracle deck as well. Okay, let's see. Do you want the channeled, the one that I made? Okay. Speaking of channeled Jupiter, I think that it's important that you channel, I guess, like your energy into this specifically. So like, for example, if something happens to you during the week, channel that energy into the fight. If you are struggling from something that happened a long time ago where you feel like you need to prove yourself, channel that into the fight. Do you have a good relationship with your mom, Jupiter? Because I have a very feminine energy, and this Queen of Pentacles just keeps calling to me. I'm trying to figure out what this is all about, because I know you're looking for what you need to see in yourself that you're refusing to face. So I just want to make sure that I'm speaking on this properly. So I'm just curious if you have a good relationship with your mom. Let's see. And I also have the 5 of Wands here, which could indicate you said your mother died of cancer. Oh my gosh, Jupiter, I'm so sorry. I had an ex-girlfriend who tried to be my friend, but she has a man now. Loved her, made her block me. I grew up with my father and brother. Okay, because I was going to say, with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it can indicate a lack of nurturing, a lack of a feminine touch or a feminine energy. Not that is anything that was within your control, but I'm so sorry. My cat is getting into trouble. Give me 1 second. Let me grab him. He was distracting me. Okay. So like I said, that's not something that was necessarily in your control. But it indicates to me, because the Five of Wands is next, that you have a masculine, very heavy masculine energy around you. And it indicates to me that I feel like it's something that's good for you to channel into your fights, but I don't want it to overcome you. Like your pain, if you feel pain from this loss still, which I'm sure you do, I don't want to assume what's going on with you. So I feel like channeling that into the fight is going to be important, but at the same time, I don't want it to take you over, especially if you grew up with, that very masculine household. I don't know if anybody had like tempers or clashing personalities or egos, um, or if there was just like a lack of that nurturing that you needed. But basically, I think that it's important that you recognize within yourself that you maybe missed out on that nurturing that you were looking for, or that you wanted or that you needed. That typically can come from a mother as a parent. I'm not saying your dad didn't nurture you. I don't know the relationship, but a lot of times when we're feeling that absence of that mother figure, it can indicate that we dig more into our masculine energy, especially when we're surrounded by a father, brothers, etc. It's like we're not tapping enough into that feminine energy. And it's not necessarily going to help you in the fight to tap more into your nurturing feminine energy. But I think it's something that does need to be addressed in order to make you a better fighter, because I think what's going to happen is it can cloud your judgment. There could be certain things that come up during the fight, before the fight, in conversation with other people, that if you haven't addressed that pain, it can cloud your judgment. It can, make you feel like you're lacking clarity during a fight, lacking focus during a fight. So I feel like that side of missing out is something that needs to be addressed, even if it's just like, okay, this is my journey. This is what was supposed to happen. Even though if I could choose again, I would prefer to have my mom in my life. This is making me who I am, and try to find empowerment from that. That's going to be very important, because what I worry about is some kind of explosion. I worry about something happening where you feel like very chaotic and you feel like everything just is a mess, and the drive and focus that you're putting into this fight is important. I see you said you had a bad history of drugs. And so I think like having something to focus on in place of that is going to be extremely healthy for you. But I think that it's important that what am I trying to say? I want you to use this fighting as a tool to help you stay on the path ahead. But if you lose the ability to fight, for example, if this falls away from you, not saying it's going to, but if it did, do you have enough stability underneath it all to still be able to stay on the straight and narrow? Because you can't use UFC as a crutch. Does that make sense? I feel like spirit wants to like say that to you, that this can be a tool in your process, but it can't be the end all be all, because that will become a problem. That will be an issue. Like you need to have that stability within yourself, that foundation within yourself underneath it all, that even if this all fell away, you would still be okay. You would still be fine. So really the only thing I see that needs to be addressed in terms of like what you're refusing to face is there's that mother connection dynamic, that you would definitely need to work through, dealing with things on a more emotional level, allowing yourself to be maybe on your off time, doing things that are maybe more feminine in nature to connect with that mother figure that you felt you didn't have, that was absent in your life because she passed away so young. It won't be the best thing to channel feminine energy while you're fighting, but outside of that in your life in other areas, because what we don't want is like a blow up. We don't want aggression. We don't want temper. We don't want like suddenly you're seeing red and you're getting like your faculties are getting away from you, basically, if that makes sense. So that's what I have, Jupiter, for your first question. But I see that you donated for a second one as well. He said, is the UFC still possible or is it out of reach? All right, let's see. So this is for your second question. Is the UFC still possible or is it out of reach? Okay, I am getting a yes that the UFC is possible. I have the 9 of Cups, which is a really great card to come through when we're asking about our dreams and our goals, because that's the card of your wishes coming true. Everything you want will happen, like wish fulfillment, dream fulfillment, realizing those dreams and goals, things like that. It's a very fulfilling, optimistic, positive card where you feel a lot of like satisfaction that you've achieved what you set out to do. This will also be a good form of income for you as well, is what I'm getting. Like you'll get a job from this. I guess that's what your goal is. So I don't really have to explain that too much. But yeah, I feel like your income will increase. Let's see. I think that you asked how to get there. I think one of the important things is just continuing to be open-minded. For instance, if you trained with someone for so long and you really trust them, and then for whatever reason you decide, okay, let me explore outside of this and let me train with someone else, don't get stuck in your ways. Be very open to the knowledge and experience of many different people in this field. I feel like it's important that you don't just put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to a trainer. Granted, it's good to stick with one person who knows you really well, who's very experienced. So if you're going to go with someone, if you're going to go with someone, I think that it's important that you keep someone close to you. Once you figure out who that is, you might already have someone right now. But I think being open-minded, remaining a student, don't let your ego get ahead and like you get to the point where you're like, I know it all. I know right now it's a very humbling experience because you're just starting off and you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, that would never be me. I would always be very open-minded, but you'd be surprised once you get a few fights into your belt and you have kind of got your rhythm, you might start to think, oh, I know everything there is to know. So just being very open, being willing to learn, and just being a student for the rest of your professional career, I would say, is going to be really important for you. You have to train everywhere and travel. That's exactly what you were thinking. Okay, good. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I have the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so you're very blessed, Jupiter. I have the Nine of Cups in the Wheel of Fortune. You may be thinking, blessed? What is she talking about? But very rarely do I ever see the Nine of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune come out together. This is a very beautiful thing to see because it indicates luck and success and fulfillment. And if you believe in destiny or fate, I believe in fate. I also believe in destiny, but I don't think they're the same thing. But the Wheel of Fortunes basically talks about like what comes around goes around. It's the wheel of karma. It indicates that what you put into something is what you get out of it. And it makes me feel like the chance that you're taking is going to be a successful one. I think I just don't ever want you to put the cart before the horse. Like I don't want you to ever get ahead of yourself. I don't want you to ever get to the point where you feel like you're not thinking through things and you're not making the right decisions and you're acting on impulse and you're being hasty and I feel like you do very well, Jupiter, with rigidity. I think you do well with a schedule. I think you do well with rules and restrictions and guidelines. And I think that you need to stay consistent in what you're doing. I think you need to have a schedule where if you say you're going to wake up at this time in the morning and train, that's what you do every single day. That's your schedule. I think rigidity in the way that you're eating, rigidity in the way that you're training and working out, and how you're spending your days. I think, Jupiter, that is going to get you very, very far. Let's see. It doesn't mean you can't have fun. It doesn't mean you can't have a work-life balance. But what I'm saying is that whatever you set your mind to, whatever it is you say you're going to do, you have to follow through with that promise to yourself. And you can't just be like, oh, okay, well, tomorrow I'll probably go to the gym and just have loose plans. I think you need that consistency. I think you need that schedule in those rules because that is going to make you feel successful every single day. And the last thing that I have to say is that you can be very hard on yourself. I have the Eight of Swords, which talks about what you do to yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you think about yourself. So try to, when you're thinking about things, if you're feeling a fear, insecurity, anxiety, whatever it is that's going on with you, I think you need to just remember the facts. What are the facts? I train, I eat right, I do all the things that I'm supposed to do. I have been in this fight and I won it. I've been in that fight and I won it. And this fight, maybe I didn't win, but I learned this lesson. I think you need to just like focus on the facts because I think sometimes, Jupiter, we can get in our own head and we can be our own worst critic. And I think accepting criticism and compliments is going to be very important for you. The sun here talks about compliments, positivity, good things that are being told to you. You need to believe that, okay? And then I see that you donated again. So let's see what that question is. Also, Jupiter, so this will be, if you want to keep going with your questions, this will be the last one I can read for you for this turn. I'll have to put you back in rotation after this if you want more readings with me tonight, which we can definitely do. I just wanted to throw that out there. So let's look at your third question here. Let's see. I hear keep. I hear keep them, Jupiter. And I confirmed this as well. with the tarot, and I feel like keep. I have the Strength and I have the Magician. So this is what I will say. If there are certain tattoos that you regret and you're like, I could take it or leave it, feel free to remove those. But I think that what this is doing is it's creating a signature look for you where anybody can see you anywhere and know who you are. And especially if you're trying to get to a point of recognition, public recognition, if you're trying to get to the point of, what am I trying to say? Where people notice you and know who you are the second that you step out on the mat. Like, I think that having unique tattoos or having a unique look to you is going to be very important. So I think that you can derive strength from that. And I think that also people seeing you for who you are. I mean, if you think about all the famous people that exist out there, they typically have an element about themselves that they brought with them to create that fame. Like, for instance, Lana had like the 1950s kind of pinup style with like the finger waves and things like that. And then Billie Eilish had the green and black hair. I mean, I can go down the list of famous people, but everyone kind of had their thing that they were recognized for. And I think that your tattoos can kind of be that for you. So I think that it's important that you keep them. Again, if there are certain ones you regret, you're like, I don't really want to be known for this tattoo, and you want to remove it, I think that's fine, but stay unique. Keep your individual look to you. I don't think they're necessarily going to affect you negatively on a professional level. I feel like it's more so going to be your signature. It's going to be more so the thing that people see you for and recognize you for. So I say keep them. Personally, that's how I feel. I even have the Four of Pentacles and it says hold on to them. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think they're going to affect you negatively. Maybe like, 100 years ago or something, possibly. But if this was the type of profession you were looking into, again, I don't know how long the UFC has been around, but if you were trying to do something like this, like, 75 years ago, I think that, maybe the tattoos wouldn't be the best thing for you. However, I think now is fine. I think it's perfectly fine to have the tattoos. Okay. So let's see. All right. So Jupiter, I do have your other question that you added on for. I'm going to have to come back to you for that. So just stick around. I'm going to work through the list here that I've got going with these other clients, and then we'll come back around to you. So just sit tight, okay? Let me go ahead and update the donation list just so everyone knows where they are. If you donated on Cash App, can you please let me know? I have a Cash App unclaimed donation. And I will be confirming your initials if you claim the donation. So don't play any games on me if you guys didn't donate. Let's see. All right. So Cash App donation unclaimed. But then we have I Speak next, and then we have Jupiter again after that for an additional donation that they sent through. I Speak, I have you for a BOGO and channeled messages. So you said, how is your ex feeling now that he revealed to you he got a girl? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. He got a girl pregnant. Who is his girlfriend? In the 7 months of your no contact. You've been out because he reached out wanting forgiveness. Girl. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well. All right. Let's see how he's feeling. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. How is X feeling? Forgiveness? Forgiveness for what? What does he want forgiveness for? Ah, gotcha. Hey, Yvette. Thank you, friend. Let me update the donation list for you here. Thanks for checking in. So, Yvette, I have you down for a mini reading. You're going to be next after I speak. So, if you want to drop your question in the chat below, I will get to you shortly, okay? Hey, SB. Okay, let me add you too, girl. Okay. Maybe for how he treated you in this mess, you're not sure. All right. How is he feeling? So, I speak, he's having a harder time with this news than he is letting on. I'm not quite sure what he has said to you, but I feel like the weight of this is really getting to him. So here's the thing, I speak, there's a lot of regret, and it's not honestly maybe for how he treated you and things like that, but I think it's more so about recognizing what he had when it was way too late. So I feel like he's trying to be okay with the decisions that he has made. He threw it in your face to hurt you, of course. Okay. I feel like he's trying to be okay with the decisions that he has made. I don't necessarily 100% see him as the type of person who's remorseful. That's why I said maybe he regrets how he treated you, but I don't really feel like that's the case. But I do feel like he thinks to himself, if I had stayed with I Speak, I wouldn't be in this mess. I wouldn't be in this situation if we were still together. So I think that he might honestly have some resentment for you as well, because the fact that you guys are no longer together, and if I understand or recall correctly, you were the one who broke it off this last time. So he's probably thinking to himself, if I was still with her, I wouldn't be in this situation. So he is trying to be okay with everything. Like he's trying to like just accept what is going on with him, but he's feeling very weighed down, very bogged down from this. I want to say, girl, you dodged a bullet. I know that you know that. But I feel like he's saying, if I had only saw what my life like I feel almost like he needed oh my god, what is that? What is that? It's like a Christmas time special. It's kind of like where an angel can come down and tell you what your future is going to be if you make a certain choice. And I can't for the life of me think of the name. But basically, it's like if someone had come down and said, hey, if you choose this path, this is going to be your future in less than a year. And if you choose this future, this is going to be, or if you choose this path, this is going to be your future. I feel like he's saying, like if he had known what was to come, he would have tried harder. He would have done better by you. Um, Not that this is going to answer everything. And honestly, like you ghosted him. Oh, is that what it is? The ghost of Christmas past? Let me see. Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking is the ghost of Christmas past. But I might be wrong. Anyways, I know what I'm trying to say. um You said you left one day, no closure. You were being gaslit so much. I mean, you had to. You had to do what you had to do. So here's the thing, I speak, that I find very interesting about all of this. What if I've been saying? He wishes this and he wishes that. And if he had only done this and if he had only done that, he is still only thinking about himself. He is not necessarily thinking about you. He's thinking about, if I knew now or knew then what I know now, I would have made a different choice. So I don't think he regrets hurting you. I don't think he regrets gaslighting you. I don't think he regrets how he treated you. I think he regrets not seeing how good he had it. And now he's in this predicament that he's in right now. So there's still a lot of like selfish tendencies that are coming through from his energy right now. Um he emails you April 27. You saw it a few days ago. Oh geez. So here's the thing, I speak. He's just gotta eat crow. Like he's made his bed. He's gotta lie in it. I don't know what the hell he wants from you. I don't think he even knows what he wants from you. Trying to come back to you or repent or whatever the heck this facade is that he's trying to pull with you isn't going to change his circumstances. It's not going to change the situation at hand, and he just has to deal with it. And honestly, like, it's sad because I don't know this other girl. I don't know his girlfriend. I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's a good person or if they deserve each other, whatever the situation is. It's not my issue. I'm sad for the child because as a product of a dynamic like that myself, I feel bad for the child. I feel bad for the life that's being brought into this world with a father that's like that. So um I think you can rest assured he's only thinking about himself in this moment. His energy has not changed there. He only has regrets because of the situation he finds himself in right now. Not that he wished he treated you better, not that he like has any regrets for what he put you through, but he's saying like, if I had known what I know now, I would have done things differently for myself. So, good riddance, basically. But what's your next question for me? It's definitely the me energy. Yeah. And you know what? Sadly, that's probably how it's going to be forever for this man. I wrote him an email telling him that he hurt me and how I felt. I needed that for my closure and my healing. Will he read it? What's the energy behind it? This was 2 hours ago. He hasn't responded. Okay, let's see. Will he read it? Will he read it? Yes, he will read it. What's the energy behind it? Oh God, 7 of Swords. I don't trust this energy. I feel like I speak. This was good for you, and I think that you needed that, like you said, for your own closure and your own healing. But he will use this against you. He will. If he wants an angle to work his way back into your life, he will use this as a way to do so. Not that you're going to accept it, but I almost wish you could send it and then block it. Like, I almost wish you could send it and then, like, him have no way to contact you from here on out. Because I feel like if he wanted an in, if he wanted a way to get back into your life somehow, you gave him that opportunity. Again, not to say that you're going to let him come back into your life. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying in his mind, that's his end. Now, he might not like what it is you have to say. I feel like honestly, this could go either way. I feel like he could do anything he can to make you feel like complete shit from a distance, respond to you, and just he could let his ego take over. Um in that moment where he just is like, you know what, I'm just going to put it all back on her and I'm going to make her feel like crap. And you'll see that he hasn't changed. If he uses this as a way to apologize to you, I think that you need to be even more scared, to be honest, because I think that it's a tactic and I think it's a form of manipulation and I don't trust it, especially with the Seven of Swords coming out first. Then we got the Ace of Swords, Nine of Cups, like, oh yeah, this is just what I needed. This is just what I wanted. This is a way to kind of communicate with her again. And I think he's going to be very impulsive in his response. So once he reads it, he's probably not going to think it through. I think he's just going to blurt out whatever it is that's on his mind at that time. It's going to probably feel like word salad. You're probably going to be like, what's your point? Like, I don't think it's going to be very organized or an intelligent response, in my opinion. But I feel like it's going to be more concerning if he's responding in a polite way, in a way that's like telling you what it is you want to hear. So here's what I will say. Let's say he doesn't go the route of ego in terms of responding with hate and in nastiness. And let's say he actually says something halfway decent and nice. Let that be your closure. Don't open that can of worms. Don't be like, I forgive you, I move on, whatever. Let those be his final words to you and just move on with peace. And then if he says something back that's not so nice or kind of manipulative, then I think you can just say, you know what, that's been you all along. I'm not surprised. So, I think either way, however this goes, you've got your closure out of it, right? But his energy is, oh yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted her to reach out. Because here's the thing too, is that he's probably going to take it as she still has feelings for me. She still wants me. She took all the time to like write this whole letter. He's delusional, but I feel like he's thinking, I got her right where I want her. Like, that's kind of the energy, unfortunately. Now, like I said, how he responds to it, I don't know, but he's going to be pleased to hear from you. And it's a tool. Like, it's not sincere, especially with a Seven of Swords at first. The first card out, it's like, I just don't trust it. It's about control. Exactly, girl. Hey, lovely. Oh, thank you so much. How are you doing? All right, so you want my channeled messages. Let me grab those real quick. Thank you for telling me he's blocked, because that's what I want to hear. I don't want you like talking to this dude anymore. If it goes to spam, but regardless if he responds or not. Yeah, no, totally. I get what you mean. All right, and these messages, these are from him. Is that right? Okay, perfect. I will update the donation list in just a second, guys. I know that I've got some donations coming through right now as well, so give me just a minute and I'll get it all updated. Ooh, this is the first time I've pulled this card and it has like a different energy to me. You said maybe I shouldn't have sent the email because I was emotional. Go my ego and I was honest. I think it's fine. I think it's fine to say how you feel about someone, but it has to be for you, as you said, because he's not going to give a shit. He doesn't care that he hurt you. Do you get what I mean? Like, it has to be like you got to have your final say. You got to have your closure, and whatever he does with that information, that's on him. But if you wanted to feel like he had remorse, if you wanted to feel an apology from him, if you wanted to feel forgiveness that you were able to give to him, I don't think you were going to get that with that choice. So, this has to have been for you. It couldn't have been with the expectation that he was going to give you what you were looking for. So I was going to say is that this card is the first time I've seen this that I felt like a different energy. And it says, don't believe my actions to hold truth for how I feel. And normally when I see this card, it makes me feel like someone is feeling more than they're letting on. They're not really showing you that they're feeling you, but they're holding back. So like basically what they're feeling for you is different than what they're showing to you. And it usually comes with maybe a more positive spin, like this isn't in your head. I feel it too. I'm just not showing you in person or taking action towards it. But this time it's making me feel like he's saying you can't trust my actions. Don't trust my actions because I'm going to make you think through my actions that I'm feeling a certain way, but I'm feeling different. I'm feeling manipulative. I'm feeling like a jerk. So that's the first time I felt that with that card. He says, I can't be what you need. I struggle meeting your expectations. I'm afraid of rejection. It feels like you don't care. I'm overthinking everything I do and say. Our connection scares me. I made a mistake and I wasn't ready for this connection. So I think that, and I think there is a sense of missing you a little bit, I speak, but it's like missing what you did for him, if that makes sense. But yeah, he's saying you can't trust me. I can't be what you need. You have expectations that I can't meet. This is about me and my fragile ego with I'm afraid of rejection. It feels like you don't care, meaning that he typically gets validation from you through how you treat him, and he's not able to like gauge what you're thinking of him or how you're feeling for him. And so he's like, it feels like you don't care. He's saying I'm overthinking a lot, everything I do and say. He's saying our connection scares me. That's kind of hard to interpret. Maybe he's just saying like it I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to open up. I don't want to show a better side of myself. And then I wasn't ready for this connection. So that's pretty clear. Thanks, Luna. That resonated. That resonates. It's all about him, what I did for him, what I could do for him. Nothing about me. Actually, that's sad. I'm sorry. I know. I'm so sorry. I mean, I'm sorry in the sense that, like, you are a good person and you deserve to be treated better, but I'm not sorry that, you know, he's living the life he's living and you're able to move on. Yeah, you'll definitely be okay. You'll find someone who's worth your time for sure. I also wanted to throw out there that I need to take a break to run to the restroom. So let's do Yvette real quick, and then I'll run to the restroom. But let me update the donation list real quick. Yeah, you will be okay. You'll get through it. Have a good night, I Speak. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I appreciate it. All right, so Yvette is next. Yvette, if you're in here, please check in with me. Jupiter, I'm not gonna forget you at all. I have you on the list. I was just updating it just now. Wait, what is going on here? All right, we've got Philomena. All right. For some reason, money's taken a while to transfer over, so I'm just checking and making sure everything's coming through. Yvette, if you're here, check in with me, friend. You are next. All right. All of my Cash App has come through. Let's see. Oh, Culture is in the house. Hey, Culture, welcome in. Cultures is here. Jupiter, so just a heads up, I've done 3 readings for you. For whatever reason, the first 3, actually all the payments that you have sent have not come through. They're still pending. I've never had that issue before. I always see them right away. So I would like to wait to answer the rest of your questions until I see that the payment has gone through. Not that I don't trust it, but PayPal did say that it's possible that the payment won't come through, even though it's pending. So I just have to be safe, and protect my business and just make sure it's going to process. I am happy to hear that you're enjoying your readings as well with me. Thank you so much for that compliment. I really appreciate it. I've just never had this problem before. Yeah, so I'm getting the emails that it says that there's money has been sent from you. So I am seeing it on my end, but it's saying that it's pending and hasn't actually hit my account yet. Um And again, I've never had that issue before. So it makes me a little nervous because I should be receiving that money. But what I will say, Jupiter, is that as soon as it comes through, even if I have to email you voice notes, I have all your questions. So even if I have to email you voice notes, you can just tell me what your email is and I'll get those done for you as soon as I see them processed on my end. I do believe you that they're sending you receipts because it's sending me an email as well. However, PayPal specifically says that it says that a PayPal payment means a transaction is being reviewed and may not come through. It's not a guarantee that the payment will come through. The payment's being held until PayPal can verify the payment source. So, just because I think this is the first time we've done readings together, I just want to make sure we're not going to have any issues on payment. And it's not anything personal, I promise. I've just never had this issue with PayPal before, so I just want to make sure we're going to have um, that everything's going to go through. Like, for example, like I Speak My Truth, her payment went through to me and she donated after you. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I know. Again, it's nothing personal. I don't want you to feel like I don't trust the situation. It's just I've never had this problem before, so I just want to make sure I'm not going to have any issues with PayPal sending it through to me, just because it is a lot of readings that I would be doing, and if I didn't get payment, that would be upsetting. So I just have to make sure that because I've already done, $40 worth of readings tonight that I haven't received payment for technically. So I just want to make sure. But like I said, Jupiter, I have your questions. And if you want to send me your email, I can send you readings to you as soon as it comes through. As soon as I see it, I can answer your questions and get those sent over to you as quickly as possible. Um, and maybe it'll still go through, like we still have time tonight. So it might still go through. We might not even have to worry about it. But that's really all I can do right now because I have to protect myself in my business as well. You know what I mean? I hope you understand. And I don't doubt you that you're sending it over because I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 pending transactions. So, if all else goes well, then we're good. We're fine. It might just be because, we've never done an exchange before. So maybe they just want to verify it because this is the first time that you're sending me money. I don't really know what the reason is, but let's just see what happens. But really quickly, just in case, this is my email. So if you can, just send me an email there. And that way I can respond to you. So once these payments do start to go through, I can start getting those readings taken care of for you. Or if you want to hold off, if you don't want to email, you just want to come back the next time I'm live, I'll be back tomorrow. And maybe they'll have gone through by that time. Is Yvette here? All right, so Yvette, I need you to check in with me, please. I have you down for one question. Okay, I don't know where Yvette is. So let's just jump over to culture really quickly. Culture, if you can let me know what your question is, maybe Yvette will come in afterwards. Hey, culture. And then Jupiter, I'm not sure if you're still in here, but I'm going to make a call to PayPal in just a second and see what's going on with that payment. Okay. We'll see if we can fix this before the night is over. I know I'm already gorgeous and funny and interesting. and headed towards great things in my career, but when do decent men start seeing how attractive I am? Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. All right, culture. So I don't think it's going to happen this year, my friend. I got 4 no's in a row asking if it's going to happen this year. They all came out together. Let's look into year 2026. Now, it doesn't mean that they're not going to see you as attractive, but I feel like there's not a person that's coming in that's going to value your worth, if that makes sense. Let's see. Is 2026 this going to change? I am getting a yes. So, culture, again, I think this year you're still going to just be running into the same scenarios where there are people that don't know your worth and don't recognize your worth the way that they're supposed to. You have all these things going for you. And I think this year is just kind of more of the same. But I do have something coming in for you in 2026. Okay, apparently my cats are trying to like die tonight because they're just getting into literally everything. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I feel like all night long they've just been getting into things. I don't know what's gotten into them tonight. Okay, so I was saying, someone's coming in 2026. Now, they're seeing the sexy, the gorgeous, the funny and interesting. However, I think this person is looking more for a casual fling, okay? Something casual in 2026. When does this person come in? And I don't think that's what you want. I think you're looking for something serious because you said about being single. When does that person come in? Beginning of the year, around April, Aries season, okay? So you got March into April, Aries season. When does something serious come in for her? All right, we've also got a good match for you in 2026. That's actually something better than this first person that's coming in. So first person that comes in, pay attention to the red flags. If they're just wanting a hookup and spending time with you physically, if you want that, go for it. If not, let it go, because you do have someone else coming in for you 2026. That's more serious offer. We have the 2 of Cups, partnership, unity, love, compatibility, happy couple, relationship, etc., etc. When does this person come in 2026? 2026. Ooh, okay. That's kind of plot twisty. I said there was a first person that was coming in 2026 during Aries season, roughly. And I thought they were the first person of the year because that's, the beginning of the year. But what they're saying is that you might have a choice because the 8 of Cups is Pisces season, which is also March, but also February. So you might have a serious offer and a non-serious offer coming in right around the same time. So it's kind of making me wonder if you're going to have a choice to make between 2 people. lust or love is kind of the question. And I saw 2 of Pentacles in my head, and here it is showing up in your reading. So I think that you're going to have a decision to make, Culture. I think you've got 2 people coming in the beginning of the year. Maybe you're more physically into one of them, but the other one is more a good love match. And you're going to have to make the decision on which way you're going to go with that. So just keep in mind, the first person that comes in may not necessarily be the fling, if that makes sense. The first person that comes in may come in before the fling, but you're going to sit here and have attraction for the both of them and maybe have to make a decision on what to do. But this is coming in early 2026. So again, I think the rest of the year is pretty much more of the same, but early next year, things start to heat up for you. One, it feels like a serious offer. You're welcome, Culture. All right, I'm going to make a call real quick to PayPal. Yvette, if you're here, just check in with me. We've been looking for Yvette's. And let me see if I can figure out what's going on with these pending payments. All right. It looks like I'm all caught up on my donation list for the night. We do have a couple pending payments that once those go through, I'll get those taken care of for Jupiter. Jupiter, if you're still in here, PayPal is closed right now, so I'll have to call them tomorrow. But I wanted to let you know, looking at the payments that you have sent, it appears that they aren't going to process until they said it says estimated delivery May 22nd. So that's in 2 days. So I probably won't be able to answer any of these questions with you until it clears my account. And that will be in 2 days. So we'll have to see what happens there. I do hope I at least get paid for the donations that I did do for you. But we'll see what happens with those additional questions. Oh, wait, who am I forgetting? SB. SB, if you're in here, check in with me, girl. I'm sorry, I still gotta do SB's reading. And I think that's everybody after that. So SB, we'll get started on you in just a second. Running quick break BRB. All right, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. SB, if you're here, we're about to get started on yours. And then as long as Yvette does not show up, then that's going to be it for the night. So All right, this next one is a reading for SB. And if Yvette shows up, we'll go ahead and get her reading done for the night. And then I think that might be it for the evening. Let's see. Question 1 for SB. All right, so SB. I don't think that the feelings for you have changed from his end. I don't think that you can change feelings like overnight. If they're real, they're there, they're going to still be there. I feel like there's so much that he sees in you and he admires in you and he celebrates you. And I feel like he wants to be there to support you in ways which he can and that he has the capacity to. I feel like you are a wish for him, something that he really hopes he can see realized in this lifetime. I feel like he wants that public recognition that he's with you, that um, when you guys are, if you guys ever do get to the point where you become official, he likes the idea of people knowing that you guys are together, and he would love to introduce you to more people in his life and just basically be known as an item together. And I feel like he has no plans to ever walk away or ever not be in your life. I feel like he's saying my connection with her is important to me and I want to be there with her in her life for a long time, and I hope that she wants the same thing for me as well. I think that he wants to give you as much as he can, and whatever effort is put in by you, he wants to reciprocate. I think that he wants you to feel important in his life. He wants you to feel special. He wants you to feel companionship. He wants you to feel like you guys are friends, and also maybe something more. I think that where his head is at right now is that there's a lot of different routes that this can go, a lot of different options that this can go. The Seven of Cups talks about feeling like there's a lot going on right now, and he's not really sure, or he's uncertain about which direction this is going to take. The Seven of Cups can indicate that his attention is going in multiple different places, and that includes you, or it can indicate that there's just too many balls in the air right now to really know what the plan is going to be or what's going to happen. And I feel like he's carrying that burden, and I feel like he doesn't want to stress you out with it. He wants all the weight to be on his shoulders. He wants to carry it because I do think that he takes some of this blame. But I can see that he feels like your path is filled with a lot of challenges as well. So you're very special to him, and he wants to be in your life for a long time. But to tap into your second question a little bit, just because I'm already getting reads on that, is that while he wants to be in a relationship with you, I don't think that it's ideal for him to move forward while you guys are at a distance right now. Now, here's the thing. The long distance part was not, I mean, that was an issue, let's be honest. However, it wasn't like the end all be all getting in the way of the connection. There is something recently that has happened that he feels now this makes things matters more complicated. That's what I'm hearing the expression. Matters more are more complicated now. And he's saying that this is going to make things harder. And that is kind of what he feels is standing in the way of the connection. So it's like he wants your connection to move forward. I feel like he thinks, though, that it's not ideal at this time. And it could be partly the distance, but I also feel there's another contributing factor here that I'm not quite sure what it is. So it feels like to me that he wants to put a pause on this, in the sense of moving forward romantically with you at this time, because he feels like he would not be able to put into this what you want or you need from him. He already can see, he's like, I'm seeing into the future, and I feel like I would just be letting her down. Judgment. I feel like I would just be apologizing to her all the time because I'm not, contributing to this connection as much as she would want me to contribute to it. I feel like he still wants to remain in contact with you. I do. And I think that in a perfect world, he's saying I would like to move forward. But for whatever reason, he feels like things are more complicated right now to be able to do that. Again, I'm not really sure if memory serves correctly. I feel like he just did he get like a new job or something, or he was like enlisted, or I don't know. I feel like there's something that happened. I'm trying to process this, like understand it better, but he's saying like things are just going to be harder now. Things are harder than I thought they were going to be. And I feel like here's what you can expect from him. You can expect to still be in contact with him. You can still expect to communicate with him. You can still expect to be supported by him to his capacity. But I don't think he's going to be pursuing you romantically right now because of whatever this is. I think that he feels like this is something that needs to be put a pin in it, and we'll come back to it later. Because for whatever reason, I felt like for the longest time, the last couple of weeks or months, that you were the priority to him. But now it feels like his priorities have changed to an obligation. And unfortunately, that you're not at the top of the list anymore. Something feels like it's changed. But in his heart, you're the Empress. In his heart, you are the ideal mate. You are the one that he puts above the rest. You're a standout. You're just the one for him. But I feel like he's not wanting to put focus on this at all in terms of romance. But he's not doing that with anybody, I don't think. Now, here's the thing, SB. If he were, let's just say, to meet someone that was closer to him, it would just be the easier choice. It wouldn't be because it's not because it's what he wanted. It would just be the easier choice. And I'm not saying that you need to move to be near him, but I'm saying if you did, it would make things a whole hell of a lot easier for him to be able to put forth the effort that you're looking for from him. I feel like he wants you. I feel like he still wants you. I feel like you're the one that he compares other people to. You're the one that got away. You're the one he can't, get his mind off of. But for whatever reason, there's something going on in his life right now where he's like, matters are more complicated. And as much as I want this to move forward, and I still think that we can, I just have to put a pause on this right now. So that's what I've got for you there. Let me pull some channeled messages for you real quick. And one last call for Yvette. Yvette, if you're here, please check in with me. We're looking for Yvette. We've called on Yvette a few times. When she was in here, we asked her to leave her question with us, but I don't think that she's here anymore. Yvette, if you show up after the live stream is over, looking for your reading, we can get you tomorrow next time you see me, okay? Messages from him to SB. Ooh, that's kind of surprising at first. I feel the sexual tension. It's my fault. I feel like that makes sense. I said earlier, he said that he feels like he takes the blame. He wants to carry the weight of this. I feel like he's afraid to talk to you about this because I feel like he doesn't want to ruin what you guys have already started. So I think he's a little afraid to be direct with you for fear that you're just going to cut him off. Like, I feel like if he's just like, I can't really, like, let's just say, SB, that he's honest with you and he's like, I just feel like I have responsibilities right now that I have to make my priority out of obligation. And I feel like that means that I'm not going to be able to contribute as much to this connection as you want me to. I think he's afraid of being honest and direct with you because he's afraid that if you hear that from him, you're going to say, well, fine, let's just be done. And that's not what he wants. He says, I hide my feelings. I can be myself with you. I miss being with you. I wish I could see you. Your intellect arouses me. I'm grateful for us. Oh my God, that's crazy. I compare others to you. I think I said that. I think I said that you're like, he compares other people to you. No one measures up to you. So he'd say, no one measures up to you. Would I still have a chance? I feel like you're leaving me behind, or I feel you leaving me behind. So that could be his fear that you're eventually going to give up on this. He says, I want you. And at the bottom of the deck, I want you back. And at the bottom of the deck, I want you so badly. So I want you back. I want you so badly. So if you have any question of if he wants you or not, that should answer your question. So that is what I've got for USB. Thank you so much for your donation tonight. That is going to be it for the list for the evening. We do have some people that weren't able to redeem their readings. So once those process, and next time you guys see me, just come in and check in and we'll see where we're at with that. But everyone else, we should be all caught up on. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your night. And I will see you guys next time, which should be tomorrow, which technically is tonight if you're going by Eastern Standard Time. Adios, muchachos.